Welcome to the Formula Foundation, graphical solution of two simultaneous linear equations. But before discussing about the graphical solution of two simultaneous linear equations, you should know what are linear equations, and then you have to know what is meant by the simultaneous linear equations. After that, we can move to the graphical solution of two simultaneous linear equations. So first, let's see what are linear equations. Linear equations. So linear equations are those equations equations having degree 1, and you know how to find the degree of equation. The highest degree of the term in the equation is called the degree of equation. For instance, we have an equation x cube plus 2xy plus 3 is equals to 0. We have this equation, right? It's a cube. So it is a polynomial having three terms, x cube, and second term is 2xy, and the third term is 3. So what is the degree of this first term, x cube? Its degree is 3, right? And the degree of this term is 2, because x की डिग्री 1 है, y की डिग्री 1 है, तो जो प्रोडक्ट में है x और y, तो इनका सम क्या होगा? इसकी डिग्री होगी इस टर्म की डिग्री, तो इस टर्म की डिग्री है 2, और ये जो कांस्टेंट है इसकी डिग्री क्या है? 0. Why? Because we can write 3 as 3x power 0, और वेरिएबल की पावर क्या है? 0 means 3, because x power 0 means any base having power 0 is equals to 1, so it means that 3 can be written as 3x power 0. So degree of this constant term is equal to 0, right? Now what is highest degree? Highest degree is 3, so degree of this equation is 3. Degree is equal to, so it is a cubic polynomial, right? And this equation has degree 3. Now you know linear equations are those having degree 1. So let we have another equation, 2x plus 6, right? 2x plus 6 is equal to 0. So what is the degree of this term? So its degree is 1, and because it is a constant term, so its degree is 0. So what is the degree of this equation? Degree of this equation is equal to 1, means degree is equal to 1. So क्योंकि इस इक्वेशन की डिग्री 1 है, तो ये क्या है? ये एक लीनियर इक्वेशन है, जबकि ये जो है वो एक नॉन लीनियर इक्वेशन है, and it is a linear equation. Now linear equations can be of two or more than two variables. For instance, we have an equation 5x plus 6y minus 9 is equal to 0. It is a linear equation because degree of this equation is 1, so it is a linear equation of two variables. Linear equation of two variables. Now come to the simultaneous linear equations. To understand this, let's suppose we have a linear equation x plus y is equal to 10. अब इस इक्वेशन का क्या मतलब है कि x और y दो नंबर्स हैं जिनका सम 10 के इक्वल है. सो वो दो नंबर्स क्या हो सकते हैं? वो दो नंबर्स 5 और 5 भी हो सकते हैं, मीन्स 5 प्लस 5 इज इक्वल टू 10. इसी तरह 9, वो दो नंबर्स 9 और 1 भी हो सकते हैं, क्योंकि 9 प्लस 1 इज इक्वल टू 10, राइट? इसी तरह -2 प्लस 12 इज इक्वल टू 10. means there are several pairs of numbers whose sum is 10. In the same manner, if I have another linear equation, x minus y is equals to 8, let's suppose. So for this equation we also have several pairs, that is 12 minus 4 is equals to 8. इसी तरह 9 minus 1 is equals to 8. 4 minus 4 is equals to 8, and so on so forth. Now listen, if I say what are those pairs of numbers that satisfy both the equations at the same time, means आप ऐसे दो numbers बताएं कि जिनका sum 10 हो और difference 8 हो. Can you tell me? Listen, if I take x is equals to 9 and y is equals to 1, so this pair of x and y is the only pair which satisfy both the equations simultaneously. So what are simultaneous linear equations? Those linear equations which are restricted by each other are called the simultaneous linear equations. And in this case we have two equations, x plus y is equals to 10 and x minus y is equals to 8 are the simultaneous linear equations. if we consider these two equations at a time, right? And the value of x and y, that is x is equals to 9 and y is equal to 1, that satisfy both the equations is called the solution of these two simultaneous linear equations. And remember that we write this solution in the ordered pair form. X y is equals to 9 comma 1. It is the solution of the above equations. Solution of above equations, these two equations. Now come to the topic. So mathematically solution of two simultaneous linear equation of two variables का क्या मतलब है कि x और y की ऐसी वैल्यूज़ जो दोनों इक्वेशंस को सेटिस्फाई करें. मीन्स x और y की वो वैल्यूज़ हर एक इक्वेशन में पुट करने पर वो राइट हैंड साइड के इक्वल हो. राइट. नाउ कंसीडर टू साइमल्टेनियस इक्वेशंस. कंसीडर टू साइमल्टेनियस इक्वेशंस. x minus y is equal to 3 and 2x plus y is equal to 6, and we are required to find the solution of these two simultaneous linear equations graphically. So first consider this equation x minus y is equals to 3. Now can you tell me what this equation represents? Because you know we can draw the equations. So how and where we draw the equations? Now let us consider some region. It is a region, and this region is called a plane. Now draw a horizontal line on this plane and a vertical line on it, and it is the place where we draw our equations. It is called a coordinate plane. Right? And this horizontal line is called the x-axis, and this vertical line is called the y-axis, and this intersecting point of these two axes is called the origin, which is represented by O. Right? It is the origin. Now let's suppose origin से यहाँ तक का distance 1 unit है. इसी तरह origin से यहाँ तक का distance 2 unit है, 3, 4 up to so on. So ये जो डिस्टेंस है, इन नंबर्स के दरमियान जो डिस्टेंस है वो इक्वल है. रिमेंबर दैट द एक्स एक्सिस राइट टू द ओरिजिन इज कॉल्ड द पॉजिटिव एक्स एक्सिस, एंड द एक्स एक्सिस लेफ्ट टू द ओरिजिन इज कॉल्ड द नेगेटिव एक्स एक्सिस. लेट मी रिप्रेजेंट इट बाय एक्स प्राइम एक्सिस, एंड इट इज नेगेटिव एक्स एक्सिस. राइट. सिमिलरली द वाई एक्सिस अबव द ओरिजिन इज कॉल्ड द पॉजिटिव वाई एक्सिस, पॉजिटिव, and the y-axis below the origin is called the negative y-axis, and we represent it by y prime. So it is negative. Right. So similarly you can write here -1, -2, -3 up to so on, and it is a positive y-axis. So you write 1, 2, 3, 4 up to so on, और यहाँ पर होगा -1, -2, -3 up to so on. Right. Notice that these two lines divides the plane into 4 parts. The first part you can say x o y, second part x prime o y, third part is x prime o y prime. Similarly the fourth part is x o y prime. So these are 4 parts. Each part is called a quadrant. So it's a first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and it's a fourth quadrant. Now let's see how to draw this equation on this plane. So first solve this equation for y. Means आप इस इक्वेशन को इस तरह सॉल्व करें कि लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पर सिर्फ y हो और राइट हैंड साइड पर बाकी तमाम टर्म्स हो. सो वी कैन राइट दिस इक्वेशन एज -y, बल्कि x minus y is equal to 3. Now subtract x both sides, so it becomes x minus y minus x is equal to 3 minus x, so you cancel. Minus y is equal to 3 minus x. Now multiply both sides by -1, so we have y is equal to -3 plus x, or we can write y is equal to x minus 3. Now make a table. And here we write the values of x, and here we write the values of y. अब आपको इस टेबल को इस तरह से फिल करना है कि x की कोई भी वैल्यू अपनी मर्जी से पुट करेंगे और उस पर मीन्स x की कोई सूटेबल वैल्यू लेंगे, राइट, और उस पर y की वैल्यू फाइंड करेंगे. जैसे लेट सपोज एट x इज इक्वल टू ज़ीरो, एट x इज इक्वल टू ज़ीरो, वैल्यू ऑफ y मीन्स इस x की वैल्यू को इस इक्वेशन में पुट करेंगे. देन y इज इक्वल टू ज़ीरो माइनस थ्री इज इक्वल टू माइनस थ्री. So at x is equal to 0, y is equal to minus 3. Now let x is equal to minus 1. So value of y will be y is equal to minus 1, means substitute x is equal to minus 1. So y is equal to minus 1 minus 3 is equals to minus 4. Means at x is equal to minus 1, y is equals to minus 4. इसी तरह हम 2-3 वैल्यूज़ और लेते हैं. Let's suppose x is equal to 1. So at x is equal to 1, value of y will be 1 minus 3 is equals to minus 2. So at x is equal to 1, y is equals to minus 2. Similarly, if x is equal to 2, then y is equal to minus 1. And at x is equal to 3, y is equal to 0. It is enough to draw the graph. So now we draw these points. So it's our x-axis and it is our y-axis. Y prime and x prime and y prime. 1 2 3 4 5 minus 1 minus 2 minus 3 up to so on, and minus 1 minus 2 minus 3 minus 4 minus 5. Similarly 1 2 3 4, right. So for x is equal to 0, y is equal to minus 3. At x is equal to 0 means here y is equal to minus 3. So here minus 3, it represents that we have to move downward, means we will move 3 units downward, 1 2 and 3, and it is the point, and we draw the small circle to promote this point, and this point is 0 comma minus 3, right. And the second point is minus 1 minus 4, means at x is equal to minus 1. So at x is equal to minus 1, y is equal to minus 4. It means that we again move downward, and how many units? 4 units. So it will be here, means minus 1 minus 4. The third point is at x is equal to 1, y is equals to minus 2, means at x is equal to 1 here, and y is equals to minus 2, means again we will move downward. Means जब हम x से y की तरफ जाएंगे तो हम perpendicularly move करेंगे, right. So it is a point x is equal to 1 and y is equal to minus 2, and the third point is x is equal to 2, y is equals to minus 1. At x is equal to 2, y is equal to minus 1. So it is the point x is equal to 2, y is equals to minus 1. And the last point is 3 comma 0, means at x is equal to 3, y is equal to 0. It means that the point lie on the x-axis. It is the point that is x is equal to 3 and y is equal to 0, right. Now when you join these points, you will get a straight line. Why? Because always linear equations represent a straight line. अच्छा, अब बिल्कुल इसी तरह हम दूसरी इक्वेशन को भी ड्रॉ कर सकते हैं. 2x प्लस वाई इज इक्वल टू 6. हम पहले इसको y के लिए सॉल्व करेंगे और फिर इसी तरह से टेबल बनाकर हम इसको इसी तरह से ड्रॉ कर सकते हैं. सो लेट सपोज उस इक्वेशन का ग्राफ है, इस इक्वेशन का ग्राफ कुछ इस तरह से है, इस तरह. सो इट वॉज द ग्राफिकल रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ लीनियर इक्वेशंस, बट द क्वेश्चन स्टिल रिमेन ऑन इट्स प्लेस, that what is the solution of these two simultaneous linear equations. So the solution of these two simultaneous linear equations is nothing but this intersecting point. Means solution of the equations of given equations is the point 3 comma 0, right. It is a intersecting point. So I hope you got it. That's it.